I got one shot at this, because if I cut it wrong, I'm going to be buying a new one. So, hoping for the best. What's up, everybody? It's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today we are in Livingston, New Jersey. We are going to be installing a custom fountainscape with some very cool pieces. Let's head in the backyard and see what we've got. Very nicely landscaped backyard, which is great for the setting. It's going to be a challenge for working. We're actually going to bring our KX57 excavator around, trying not to disturb the lawn too much, so that we can get to this space back here. Not a real big area, but we're gonna be stuffing a lot of action into this space. Look at this beautiful custom bluestone fireplace. Really nice stonework. So we're gonna play off of that. In this area here, we're gonna be using 2 of the stacked slate walls. One back in here, one over here. We're actually gonna carve in some of the patio bowls into the wall, along with some boulder work. There'll be spilling cascades and there'll be water bubbling out of the walls. And the same thing over here, we'll probably drop down with a lower wall and a bowl down here. There'll be rock work that accompanies all this to make it look like it's been here forever. Lights, you know, the whole 9 like we usually do. So this is the Fiberstone Stacked Slate Wall by Aquascape. It's a composite material, which means we can actually cut into it and shape it how we want. Used these once before for the Paul Cuffaro build down in Florida with Brian Helfrich and Chris Hanson and Greg Wittstock. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna carve into it for our patio bowls. So there'll be a patio bowl sitting into probably one side of it. The other side will be bubbling. There'll be boulder work fitted into it as well. And then the taller one will be off to the side, giving it some dimension. So you can see we've got a bunch of material here for a really small space. We're gonna have to put all these pieces, the decorative pieces, the walls, the bowls, the boulders, in this small area here and cram it. Well, we're not gonna cram it, we're gonna place it very nicely into this space to make it look like just a beautiful little garden fountainscape. Machines in place. That's set up as our little crane over here. We've got plywood down on top of this bluestone patio, as well as fabric. We want to really protect this thing. So let's game plan what we're going to do here. Right now, the guys are going to work on removing all this foliage here. Most of the landscape plants that were here were removed by the landscaper. There's a couple of low voltage lights that we're going to take out of the way. Simple enough stuff. And then we're going to start excavating for our reservoir. Rich is assembling some of our aqua blocks. These are going to be, we're going to use 6 of the small aqua blocks with a pump vault, and that's going to give us our water storage for this feature. So what we're going to do is we're going to excavate down here for our reservoir. We're going to have our aqua blocks in here. There'll be a pump vault over on that side. Our power is located behind the fireplace area, so we're going to be able to just put a chase in there and hide our cords without any issue. Once our excavation is done and our reservoir is in place, then we can start shaping out and mocking up how we're going to put this fountainscape together. I'm going to set you guys up in this tree right here, little time-lapse action, and we're about to get busy. Reservoir is in place now. Now we can start shaping out for where the actual fountainscape pieces are going. So we've got this large one, which is about 32 inches tall, and there's a short one that's about 19 inches tall. We're going to cut back outside the reservoir footprint. We're going to place this stacked slate wall piece in there, and then we're gonna kind of see how it all fits spatially, because I want to have the bowl cut into the side of it, probably even like down this deep. We got one shot at this, because once I cut this is an expensive piece, and if I mess it up on the first try, I'm not gonna be happy. So I got the grinder now, and you can see we've test fit. There you go. We've test fit the bowl. We've got this groove in the rock that we want to fit this into. Now I've got to cut this stacked slate wall to bring this down into here so it fits nicely. Look, it's just nestled right up against it. I got one shot at this, because if I cut it wrong, I'm going to be buying a new one. So I'm hoping for the best. Now the plan is to take small bites on this and just keep test fitting it so that we don't take off too much that we can't replace, and then we should be good to go. So we're gonna get started, do some grinding, and make this thing look cool. We are calling it quits for today. We've got most of everything mocked up. We're just doing some spatial fitting. Tomorrow we're going to start doing our plumbing, and then doing a little more cutting with some of the other side of the stacked slate walls, and then we can notch out where our ribbon waterfalls will come out of the patio bowl. We're going to pack it up, and we'll see you guys 2 seconds. Day 2. Okay, we're back on site here, and we are starting to set some boulders to frame out the top patio bowl coming over the spillway wall. What I mean by that is, you can see, remember yesterday we cut the spillway wall to fit the bowl? Now we're gonna frame it on the right side with a boulder. We stuck this boulder back behind another frame rock, and the way it's set, that patio bowl just nestles right in between that boulder there and here and here. So it's got 3 points of contact, and then when we're done, we'll dress it up nice with some moss and maybe some stack stone. But this is pretty much getting underway. Now we can start doing our plumbing, and then backing this up and doing our gravel work and backfill, all that kind of stuff to make sure we have no leaks. Once we get this in place, our next order of business is going to be figuring out what to do here. So right now I did some spatial alignment where I've got this wall meeting up to the curve of that wall. We're actually going to elevate this so that it comes maybe another 3 inches higher than it is. I want to set this bowl so it's right against, Jesus, that freaking router. I want to set this patio bowl so it's just about touching the patio, the bluestone patio, and we're gonna have it spilling with some aquatic plants in it. This wall is gonna be set back about 10 inches from there, so the water's gonna fall down into a little spot here where we're gonna probably build something up and have it waterfall off the edge of the bowl and the wall itself. And this same thing, this will converge here. Both waterfalls converge in the middle and disappear. All right, so we're gonna get back at it. We're gonna put you guys back in the tree so you can watch. Let's get busy. One of the more difficult parts of projects like this is the plumbing and the lighting. There are so many pipes and so many wires that have to come together, and in this small spot it makes it a challenge. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, you can see the top of the spillway wall has got these jets that come out, and actually they have lights in them. There's going to be a spillway coming out of here into this, and then down here. So we've got plumbing from the bowl. There's three pipes coming out of the stacked slate wall and you can see, I don't know if you could tell right there, I actually drilled a hole. I've got all the plumbing for that running out. There's the plumbing for the bowl, and here's wires for the lighting. I'm coming back through here. I'm going to a valving system here, and I've got to feed back to the pump vault. Well, I've got one pump that's going to feed both of these walls, so I've got to get all that valving and stuff back in here neatly so it's accessible. We can get to it. If we need to make adjustments or winterize it, it's not going to be buried. And then I've got to get the plumbing for the 2 spillway bowls in here as well. So what we're going to do here is we're going to plumb this probably with a T right here. We're going to go out this way and have a ball valve there, and one here feeding the bowl on the lower section. That will feed the bowl up top, and then this side will be the pump for the 2 spillway walls. So you can see, even though it's a small footprint, it's still a ton of work that goes into something like this. It's actually a lot more plumbing than we normally do on like a waterfall, because a waterfall, we've got the pumps down in the basin, and then we've got some sort of spillway or an origination point at the top, and we're just plumbing it pretty simply. This is a lot of work just putting all these pipes together. So we're gonna get going on this plumbing, get this buttoned up, do some finish work, and get this thing running. So we're having lunch, and Steve's having his usual weird beet thing. We got Colby, aka Boss Baby. He's gonna try a piece of a beet. Yeah, you are. Oh, it's good. Ask Bowley. He loves this stuff.
Wow, we got the biggest one for you right here.
Just try a piece. Boom. What does it taste like?
You never had beets before?
No.
Oh man. It's just like...
Why is it foamy?
That's all the nutrient goodness coming out of it.
It looks gross. Just try a piece.
They're sweet. It's kind of like...
No, I don't like it.
That's all mental.
No, I don't like that.
Oh, this is all mental.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I'm not eating it. And we are finished. This one took a lot out of me. It was a tight spot, ton of plumbing. Not a huge fan of plumbing, but we managed to get through it. And it really turned out amazing. Fitting next to this awesome fireplace in this backyard. What an addition. Guys, thanks for hanging with me. Hope you like what we're doing over here. If you do, smash that subscribe button. I want you to be here and hit the bell too. We got something going on which we do every week. I want you to know about it. If you like water features, this is the place to be. Leave me a comment, drop a like, do whatever you feel like doing, and we will see you guys on the next one.